Contributor of money to the globally recognised 21st Century Tiger, an organisation dedicated to giving wild tigers a future. Thank you for being here and helping us save tigers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Tiger Island. My name is Melissa, and over the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, we're hopefully going to demonstrate some of the natural behaviours that you see from tigers out in the wild. I say hopefully, we will simply ask our tigers to be involved and then reward them with their favourite food. So today on offer we do have some full cream milk, frozen milk cubes, pieces of red meat and also chicken pieces. So introducing to the tigers and the handlers that are out here with me here this afternoon. So on my far left hand side there we do have Dan, and Dan's going to be working with Carly. Up on the rock here we have Pete, and Pete's going to be working with Kiko. Kiko and Carly were born in a zoo over in Japan, and they've been with us here since roughly around 3.5 months of age. On my left hand side with Ben we do have Akasha. She was born right here in the park along with her sister Adira. So the three tigers that you see out here this afternoon are just over 3.5 years of age. During the presentation, you probably want to keep an eye on Akasha the most. She really does enjoy being involved in all of the behaviours that we ask. The white tigers definitely try their hardest, but sometimes they want to be involved and sometimes they don't. We have found folks. The more involved you get in our presentation, the more involved the tigers do, and the handlers appreciate that little bit more of encouragement. So if you do see something that you like, feel free to clap, cheer, scream. So we might start off with a big round of applause for all of the three tigers out here today. It looks like everyone's ready. Akasha loves to have a little bit of a hug before starting those behaviours, but we'll see how we go. So the first one is probably the easiest behaviour that we are going to ask this afternoon, just using milk as a reward. And it is referred to as a sit-up. And there goes Akasha there. Hopefully in a few moments, followed by a little bit of help with Kiko there. And as you can see on the far side, Carly, she thinks she's nailing this behaviour there. So that's probably more our fault in the initial training of it, but we're happy to reward her trying to be involved in the presentation. But as you saw from Akasha, it gives that tiger a little bit more of a height advantage. So it allows them to look over long grass to see where their prey items are. Another reason why is adult tigers in the wild are solitary animals. They have their own set territories that they live in. They will scent mark those territories to let other tigers know that they are moving around. If they come across a scent or a smell left behind by another tiger, as you can see from Akasha just before, they can hold it for a lengthy period of time. It allows them to investigate that scent. They can determine if the tiger moving is a male or a female, and if that female is in the estrus and ready for breeding or not. Sometimes, however, they do want to stretch up slightly higher up, say against the side of a tree, what Carly's doing on the far side there at the moment, and that is referred to as a rise. So you can see Akasha doing the traditional Tiger Island way, which is up on the hands and shoulders there, whereas Kiko and Carly hopefully will go get some sort of structure, but we'll see how it goes. So what it allows them then to do is scratch down the side of the tree to leave behind a visual signal for once again to let other tigers know where they are, in between their toes, as well as located on their cheeks. Tigers have scent glands there, so you may also see them rubbing that face against the side of the tree, once again leaving behind their scent. It also allows them to sharpen those claws as well. So explain their claws are a bit like an onion, so they're taking off that dead outer layer. Then they have a nice sharp layer underneath, which they need for grabbing and taking down their prey. The other tool that they use when they are capturing those prey are those very large teeth. So you can see the real thing in front of you there. However, in my hand here, I do have a replica canine teeth. For an adult tiger, they're roughly around 12 to 13 centimetres in length. Half of it would protrude out of the jawline, the rest of it is up in the tiger's skull. Something special about their canine teeth is they do have little grooves that run down the sides, and those grooves allow air into the bite site. Because a tiger bites so deep into its prey, if it didn't have those grooves, a vacuum effect could occur and they wouldn't be able to quickly release their teeth, readjust, and then bite back into that prey item. You may notice just behind the canine teeth there, they do have a gap, and then they have carnassial teeth. And they're the teeth that actually slice of chunks of meat, which they then swallow whole. So if you want to give the 3 tigers a bit of a round of applause, well, for 2 tigers anyway, a bit of a round of applause for the start of that presentation today. So hopefully Kiko will decide that she wants to be involved, and she probably will, because she now knows that meat is on offer. So that's a little bit more exciting than milk. So here she goes, jumping of our platforms, makes it look very easy indeed. And for Tiger, it is very easy. The distance between our platforms here at Dreamworld is just under 3 metres. Tigers have the potential to live as far as 6 metres. You will notice she'll come right to the edge of the first platform, just make it onto that second one. She doesn't want to be leaping 6 metres every time if it's not necessary. She wants to be able to conserve that energy. Keep an eye on my right hand side, hopefully a little bit of a bunny hop into the air. Pretty good there, so big round of applause there for Kiko. So we are going to get Akasha up next. So you might see the slight differences between the two. Akasha knows she really doesn't have to put too much energy into it and doesn't jump as high across the platform as what you just saw from Kiko there. Have a look at Akasha's tail. So like Kiko's, you'll notice it'll go over the back of her. So that's providing her a bit of stability, a bit of momentum to help her make that distance across to that second platform from there. So we'll bring her across to the larger platform. Hopefully we may also get a bit of a bunny hop into the air for a piece of meat, but we'll see how we go. Up she goes. Oh, she must have lost it in the sun, I'm sure, Ben. But we'll try tomorrow. So big round of applause there for Akasha. What we're going to do now, folks, is slow it down a little bit and show you behaviour that we have actually trained our tigers to do here, and it is referred to as mark training. So you can see the guys have some wooden boards in their hand. They're going to throw them down onto the ground. That's then the cue for the tiger to go on over, place those 2 front paws onto the board, stand there nice and still for a couple of seconds, and then they'll be rewarded with pieces of meat and milk. The reason that we train this technique is it allows us to use it during health checks on our tigers, but sometimes our tigers are involved in documentaries, television, and also in commercials. The long-term benefit of having our tigers involved in those activities is allows us to raise awareness for tigers in the wild and then raise money to save those tigers. 100 years ago, there used to be over 100,000 wild tigers. There's now less than 4,000 remaining, and the biggest issue that they are facing is habitat loss and poaching. It is through our Dreamworld Wildlife Foundation that we're able to support organisations out in the field to firstly educate people that tiger products do not have any medicinal value in them at all. We are currently sponsoring anti-poaching patrols in far eastern Russia for the Siberian tiger and in Sumatra for the Sumatra tiger. So you can see a little bit of footage being played behind me, and that's when our manager Pat was lucky enough at the end of 2016 to go over to Sumatra, to go out on one of those anti-poaching patrols, to see the amazing work that those rangers are doing to save wild tigers. Kiko hates those poachers just as much as what we actually do. So the biggest way that you can actually help us, if you would like to help tigers in the wild just like us, is probably if you have a few coins, pop it in our donation box, which is located at either end of Tiger Island. All the money that you put in there goes to save tigers in the wild. It doesn't go to look after these tigers. Dreamworld already does a wonderful job of that. Or something different of your visit down here at Tiger Island, for a $10 donation, you can take home one of these paw prints that we do with our tigers whilst they're resting and sleeping out here on the island. So that is the more serious side of what we do here at Tiger Island, probably the most important thing, but I'm sure you're here to see some amazing behaviours. So what I need from everyone out there, in a big loud voice, who out there would like to see a tiger climb a tree? Some of you? Oh, that's good. So Akasha's going to get the opportunity today to head up to the top of our climbing pole. So get your cameras focused over here. She normally does go up fairly quickly, but I always say that and then she never goes up, but we'll see how it goes. It was originally thought that tigers are not able to climb trees, but they definitely can. They just have to have the right reason. And today that's a chicken drumstick. So up she goes all the way up. So a big round of applause there for Akasha. So as you can see there from Akasha, she doesn't quite have a good grip of that piece of chicken. She doesn't want it to fall out of her mouth. So she did decide to shimmy back down to a nice safe distance where she is going to eat it off the bottom there. Otherwise Kiko will run over it and steal it from her as well. So she wants to protect that little bit of chicken that she does actually have. So what we're going to do in a few moments, Akasha is going to be in the finale of our presentation today. So we are going to hopefully get a nice big leap off the log to grab once again a piece of chicken on the end of that bamboo pole. So what we're going to do is head on over to this area over here. So we are going to focus over this far side. So she's going to follow Ben over there. And what I'm going to do is count to 3, and then I need all of you out there to yell out the word jump. So we may do a little bit of a practice while Akasha does set up there. So on my count, folks, 1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect. Thanks for that person up the back. Appreciate it. So just like you did there in practice, folks. So Ben's nearly ready. So here we go. So on my count again, folks. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant work from Akasha. It's a big round of applause for all of our 3 tigers out here today. We do have one final message up on the big screen from our rangers over in Sumatra.
Terima kasih atas bantuan dalam pelestarian harimau Sumatera.